So we live in an era of turbulence, in an era of geopolitical, but also of economic turbulence, and also in an era of high, persistent interest rates. Given this situation, what's your economic outlook, both for Greece, but also globally, for the coming terms?
These are challenging times for Europe. Even though prices of natural gas are back to the levels observed before the war, they are still 4 times as high in Europe as in the United States. This is eroding European competitiveness. Also, we see an increase in geopolitical tensions, and there is a danger of fragmentation of the global economy. If that happens, that's going to hit European economy very hard because Europe is much more dependent on exports than the United States. Now, coming to Greece, there is a window of opportunity for Greece. The improvement in sovereign risk rating will bring additional flows of FDI to the country. Greece has the opportunity to access very generous funding from the EU, and that means that it could be used to lay foundations for future growth. And of course, the government has a reform mandate that it should use well.
Another major issue globally, but also for Europe in particular, is green transition. However, there's a challenge to obtain sustainable green transition, but also viable green transition for the economies. Do you think that this challenge can be met and we can go on in a greener future?
It's absolutely crucial to continue with green transition. In the case of Greece, natural advantages place Greece well as a country that can benefit from green transition, and the European funds will help to speed it up. Also, you see, according to surveys, that about 90% of people in Greece understand that climate change will affect the generations of today's children in a significant way. So that means that public support for green transition is there. And I think last year's wildfires and flooding were a reminder that climate change is upon us. But policymakers must not be complacent. We need to keep that public support alive. We need to convince the public that when structural changes are needed to the economy in order to proceed with the green transition process, people who may have to change employment, jobs, or even careers will be helped by government. Because if there is one thing that my institution learned throughout 30 years of supporting transition in Eastern Europe, it is that unless reforms have a broad-based support, they are not going to last.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.